My husband had been living a completely different life for 8 years, and the woman emailing him thought I was dead. She was planning our funeral. Let me take you back to how this all started. Mark and I had what everyone called the perfect marriage. 15 years together, 2 beautiful kids, a house in the suburbs with the white picket fence. He was the guy who brought me coffee in bed every Sunday, who never missed a school play, who still held my hand when we walked through the grocery store. But lately, something felt off. It started with the business trips. Mark worked in sales, so travel wasn't unusual, but suddenly he was going to cities I'd never heard him mention. When I'd ask about his day, he'd give me these vague answers. Oh, you know, same old client meetings. Then there were the phone calls. He'd step outside to take them, claiming it was work, but his voice would get soft. Almost tender. The way he used to talk to me when we were dating. Something in my gut was screaming, but I pushed it down. This was Mark. My Mark. The morning everything changed started like any other Tuesday. Mark was rushing around, grabbing his laptop bag, kissing me goodbye. But in his hurry, he forgot something he never forgot. He left his email open on our kitchen computer. I wasn't snooping. I just needed to check something for the kids' school, and there it was, his Gmail, wide open. I was about to close it when a new message popped up. The sender's name made my blood freeze, Linda M. The subject line read, "Can't wait to finalize the memorial service plans." Memorial service? What memorial service? My hands were shaking as I clicked it open. The message was long, detailed, and every word felt like a knife in my chest. My darling Mark, I've been thinking about what you said about finally telling everyone the truth about Sarah's accident. I know it's been hard keeping up this charade for so long, but you're right, 8 years is enough. The kids deserve to know their real mother. I can't wait to officially become Mrs. Henderson and give Tommy and Emma the stable home they deserve. The memorial service for Sarah will be beautiful, a proper goodbye to the woman who died in that car crash. I couldn't breathe. I read it again. And again. Car crash? What car crash? I was standing right here in my kitchen, alive, making school lunches like I did every morning. But it got worse. So much worse. I scrolled through their email chain. Message after message going back years. Photos of Mark at barbecues with people I'd never seen. Pictures of him at a different house, a beautiful colonial with a wraparound porch. Pictures of him with a blonde woman who looked nothing like me. And then I saw the photos that broke me completely. My children. Tommy and Emma. At birthday parties I'd never attended. Christmas mornings in a living room I'd never seen. Emma wearing a dress I'd never bought her, hugging a woman who wasn't me while this Linda person smiled like the proudest mother in the world. How was this possible? My kids were at school. I had dropped them off myself this morning. I was spiraling, my whole world tilting sideways, when another email came in. This one from someone named Pastor Mike. Mark, Linda told me about your decision to stop living this double life. I have to say, I'm proud of you for finally choosing your real family. I know maintaining 2 separate lives in different cities has been exhausting, but lying to that other woman for all these years, well, we all make mistakes. Linda and the children will be so happy to have you home full time. The truth hit me like a freight train. Mark had been living 2 complete lives. In this city, he was my husband, father to my children. But 4 hours away, in a town called Millbrook, he was Linda's husband. Father to the same children. But how? How was this even possible? I called the kids' school, my heart pounding. Hi, this is Sarah Henderson. I need to confirm, did my husband Mark pick up Tommy and Emma early today? Oh yes, Mrs. Henderson. He signed them out around 10 a.m. for a family emergency. Is everything okay? The phone slipped from my hands. Mark had taken my children. To her. To this other life. I was about to call the police when I heard Mark's key in the front door. But it was only noon, he wasn't supposed to be home for hours. Sarah? His voice was different. Cold. We need to talk. He walked into the kitchen and saw his laptop. Saw my face. And in that moment, the mask he'd been wearing for 8 years finally slipped. How long have you known? He asked calmly, like we were discussing dinner plans. Where are my children, Mark? They're safe. They're with their real family. I'm their real family. He laughed. Actually laughed. Sarah, you were supposed to be temporary. A convenient cover story while I got my life together with Linda. But then you got pregnant, and it became complicated. Complicated? Complicated? You've been lying to me for 8 years. I never meant for it to go on this long. But Linda, she couldn't have children. When she found out about Tommy and Emma, she begged me to bring them to her. So I created this whole story about their mother dying in a car crash. Made Linda think she was rescuing them. This man I'd loved, trusted, built a life with, was a complete stranger. But now Linda wants to make it official. She wants to adopt them properly, and that means... That means what, Mark? That means you need to disappear for real. The way he said it made my blood run cold. What are you saying? I'm saying there's going to be an accident, Sarah. A real one this time. And then Linda and I can finally live our truth. But here's the thing Mark didn't know. I'd been recording everything on my phone since the moment he walked in. And here's what else he didn't know. I'd already forwarded all those emails to my sister, my best friend, and yes, to Linda herself. While Mark was threatening my life, Linda was reading the truth about her perfect husband for the first time. She was learning that the woman she thought was dead had been alive all along. That the man she loved had been lying to everyone. My phone rang. Mark looked at the caller ID and went white. Answer it, I said. I think Linda wants to talk. He picked up with shaking hands. I could hear Linda screaming through the phone, you lied to me. About everything. She's alive, Mark. The mother of these children is alive and you let me believe she was dead. The next hour was chaos. Linda brought my children home herself, tears streaming down her face as she apologized over and over. She genuinely thought she was giving orphan children a loving home. Mark was arrested that afternoon. Bigamy, kidnapping, fraud, the charges kept piling up. But you know what the most beautiful part was? Linda and I became friends. Real friends. We'd both been victims of the same man's lies, and instead of hating each other, we supported each other through the legal nightmare that followed. The kids adjusted better than I expected. They'd always known something felt off about their visits with Daddy's friend Linda. Now they understood why. Mark is serving 12 years. Linda moved closer to us and has become like an aunt to Tommy and Emma. We joke that Mark accidentally gave us the sister we never had. Sometimes the worst betrayals lead to the most unexpected blessings. I lost the husband I thought I knew, but I gained the strength to rebuild my life and an incredible friendship born from shared pain. Have you experienced something like this? Tell me in the comments.